Thank you. This is my partner.
Hiya.
Okay. How are you? Fine.
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Well, I have to translate because maybe sometimes I confuse for the
Cool.
words. Prefiero que me hables tú. Primero le quiero preguntar sobre la preparación física del personaje. Porque ahora he visto la película, sí que se ha preparado mucho por Billy Elliot, bueno, que tenía mucho talento, según he leído, ¿no? Pero si tuvo que preparar algún extra aparte, físicamente, con lo del agua, ¿sabes? Y así.
Particular physical preparation. I heard that you had to really prepare physically. Was that something you explained?
Well, obviously, I did 2 years training to be Billy. There was a lot that we had to do.
2 years.
Yeah, I did 2 years of like training and auditioning and things like that. But when I left Billy, I was like, I had so much fitness training and so much strength training, and it literally was like 6 weeks after Billy. So I was already in good enough shape to do the film. And I think if I hadn't have done Billy, it would have been a completely different experience because obviously the wave sequence was very tough. So I do owe a bit to, actually a lot actually, to my dance coaches and to my trainers that I had in Billy.
Estuve preparando dos años para lo de Billy, tanto que ya estaba como en muy buena forma y no necesitaba más preparación para la película.
Qué guay.
Si no hubiese hecho Billy Elliot antes, habría sido totalmente diferente porque había muchas escenas con bastante duras en el agua y físicamente yo ya estaba en forma porque el rodaje de la película solo fue 6 semanas después de que acabara el musical.
Qué bien. ¿Cómo fue el hecho de llegar a hacer lo imposible? De llegar, o sea, después de acabar, antes de haber acabado Billy Elliot ya tenía la posibilidad abierta de hacer una película como esta, el casting, porque Bayona le vio, ¿no? Pero ¿cómo fue un poco el proceso? Que lo cuente, cómo se sintió en el hecho del salto del teatro al cine.
How did you go from being in theatre to being in films, and how did it come about that you met Jordan and that you started working on this?
I think the technique for like acting on stage and acting on in film is very similar, but obviously on stage people are 70 meters away and they need to be able to read your face, and on camera the camera can be this close to your face, so obviously you need to tone everything down and make it a naturalistic piece. But and I met Hotter because of Billy Elliot. He noticed me because I was in the show, and we met 3 or 4 times and we got on very well. We had a very good connection. And then, like pretty much like 6 weeks after being in Billy, I was drowning in a water tank.
Es muy diferente actuar para el teatro que actuar en el cine, porque en el teatro tienes a los espectadores a 70 metros de distancia y tienen que ser capaces de leer tu cara, a ver qué expresión tienes. Entonces, cuando actúas para el cine tienes la cámara muy cerquita, entonces tienes que bajar mucho el tono y conseguir ese realismo. J me vio en Billy Elliot y quedamos algunas veces, quedamos 3 o 4 veces y nos llevamos súper bien. Así que a partir de eso, 6 semanas después de acabar el musical, me estaba ahogando en el mundo.
Esta se la pregunto yo mismo en inglés. Do you want to continue making movies, or want to return sometime to the theater to make musical or dance or both? Maybe.
Well, yeah, I've just finished a film with Kevin McDonald. And called How I Live Now. But I would love to go back onto stage and maybe do a Shakespeare piece or something like that.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm very open to things like modern pieces, old pieces. I'm open for anything.
You're enjoying dancing?
I do love dancing. I mean, dancing is like my passion. I'm not the best at it anymore. I've sort of lost what I had, sadly. But I love it. I mean, every time a song comes on, I'm in the dance floor. Like, I just go for it.
Sí, lo he entendido todo, pero sí, puedes decir, así queda también registrado.
Vale. Acabo de rodar una película con Kevin McDonald que se llama How I Live Now. De todas formas, me encantaría volver al teatro y hacer, creo que dijo alguna pieza de Shakespeare.
Sí, alguna pieza de Shakespeare.
Por otro lado, le preguntabas por bailar. Me encanta bailar. Aunque ya no estoy tan en forma a ese nivel como estaba antes, he perdido mucho después de acabar el musical, pero me encanta bailar. A la que oigo una canción me pongo a bailar.
I say that like a person, not like an interview. I really like your playing, sí, su actuación, your acting in the movie. Really like it, yeah, because I'm like crying the half of the movie. And my question is, where, esto pregúntaselo tú, ¿dónde se ve dentro de 10 años? O sea, ¿dónde le gustaría verse? En plan, soy Tom Holland, ¿dónde me veo dentro de 10 años? ¿Qué le gustaría? ¿Sabes? ¿Estar en un pesquero o cantando, bailando, en el cine, haciendo todo? ¿Dónde le ve? Porque yo creo que, bueno, yo creo que tenemos un chico en potencia, ¿sabes? Y díselo, que yo creo que tenemos un chico en potencia y que, bueno, a lo mejor si Christian Bale estaba en la película de El Imperio del Sol, quién sabe, ¿no? ¿Y dónde se ve?
Where do you see yourselves in 10 years from now, or which way would you like to be? He says that you look like you have a very promising career ahead of you, and if Christian Bale was playing it sounded like what he got to.
Right.
Yeah, now he was in the Batman, no?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for comparing me to Christian Bale. I honestly
But
don't.
I really think that in the future, Christian Bale is a person and you are another one. But I think you will be in other places. Like
Yeah, I hope so, because I mean, like, you never know what's around the corner. Like, when I was Billy Elliot, I was getting ready to go back to school, and suddenly this popped up, and then I finished this, and then suddenly How I Live Now popped up. It's that thing that you never really know what's around the corner. You never know. I might never work again, but that just
But you would like in 10 years?
Yeah, I would love to be. I would love to be working successfully and consistently. I mean, everyone does, and obviously this is the career path that I would love to go down. But you can't really predict anything in this business. So much can happen. So.
Qué maduro el tío. No sé cómo se dice.
Mature, ¿no?
Muy
Grown.
maduro con su respuesta. Wow.
Thanks your answer is very mature.
Thank you.
Primero, gracias por compararme con Christian Bale, pero nunca lo sabes, o sea, nunca sabes qué va a pasar en el futuro. Yo después de hacer Billy Elliot iba a volver a la escuela y salió esta película. También iba a volver al colegio, al final salió la otra película con Kevin McDonald. Entonces, o sea, a mí me encantaría seguir por esta carrera, pero igual no vuelvo a trabajar, nunca sabes qué puede pasar en este tipo de industria, pero me encantaría seguir trabajando.
Qué guay. Pues ahora le quería preguntar, porque claro, como ha sido muy drama, yo pensaba, ya he visto las preguntas en la rueda de prensa, ¿alguna anécdota de rodaje con Naomi, con Iwan o con los niños? Anécdota de rodaje que a lo mejor en alguna escena que sea como muy triste rodar, ¿sabes? En plan, cuando se reencuentran o cuando están en el agua, sí, había momentos en que se reían mucho, o sea, como para compensar, ¿no? Que me gustaría saberlo.
I was wondering if you could tell us an anecdote of a shoot when you were shooting with some of the other actors or with the kids. He also was saying that the film is very dramatic. Imagine that there's a lot of tension. So I was wondering if there were moments where you just crack up laughing just to compensate for that.
Yeah, there was a few moments where I remember there's a bit in the film where I wake up from a nightmare, and that is actually real. Like, Hoda allowed me to almost fall asleep and put all these speakers around me, and without me knowing, and he said, keep your eyes shut. And suddenly this like massive scream from this woman comes on, and I woke up and they went cut, and as soon as they said cut, I just burst out laughing. Like, I couldn't stop for like 10 minutes. I was just like profusely laughing. And I remember there was a scene where I was crying and shouting at someone, and I forgot what my line was, and instead of just going, sorry, I'll start again, I just couldn't stop laughing. It's like nervous laughter in a way, like you cannot stop yourself. But yeah, it was good to have moments like that, to like go back to reality and become yourself, because obviously it was a very, very intense shoot.
Yeah, it's so intense, your character, ¿no? ¿Lo digo bien? Sí, because like you say before, it's like so intense el interpretar un rol así, ¿no? Que lo veo duro, que está llorando y todo el rato en el agua, ¿no? Entonces es bueno saber que se reían, ¿no?
He says that your character seemed like it was probably really tough to play, because it was very emotional and very sad, and then you had all these scenes in the water.
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously it was tough physically because of the water, and emotionally because of the subject of the story. But my part in the film was made smooth because of the crew we had. They were so kind, they were so giving. Hoda was so good, and everyone. I mean, it was just a delight. I would wake up in the morning, sometimes at 3 in the morning, and be like, right, I'm ready for work. I'm not, like, you wake up for school and you're like, oh no, not school again. But then you wake up for filming and I'm ready to go. I never treated it like work. I always treated it like fun and hanging out with my friends and really working hard. So I loved it.
There was a sentence say, find a job you love and you never work again in your life. You listened before?
No.
¿Se la ha traducido bien? Lo he dicho bien,
Sí.
¿no? Repítela tú.
If you find a job you really like, then it's like you're never working.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, and the thing is, how not many people get to go to work and say that they love their job, and I love this, and I can't imagine myself doing anything else. So I'm very happy that I've been given the opportunities, and I hope that there are more to come. But I'm just delighted with how it's going.
Bueno, tradúceme esto y luego ya...
¿Lo
Un
de
poco lo de la
antes
anécdota, que es lo único que no me he quedado.
Vale, hay una escena en la que me despierto de una pesadilla y básicamente es casi real, porque Jota me tuvo tumbado y me dijo, bueno, cierra los ojos. Yo estaba como a punto de dormirme y mientras tenía los ojos cerrados me decía, no abras los ojos. Y le pusieron como un montón de baffles alrededor.
Ajá.
Y de repente encendieron los baffles y era como una mujer gritando a un volumen muy alto.
Sí.
Entonces se despertó así, como...
Ah, vale.
Pero después de despertarse así empezó a reír y estuvo como 10 minutos que no podía parar de reír. A la que dijeron corten, ya se desmoronó, pero en la risa. ¿Quieres que siga traduciendo
No,
el anterior?
lo otro ya está.
Vale.
Y ahora que estaba hablando del hecho de encontrar un trabajo, ¿no? ¿Qué opina un poco ya basándonos en la sociedad? Que a lo mejor hay mucha gente que está trabajando de algo que no le gusta. Si tuviera que ver a alguien que no está disfrutando de su trabajo y por la crisis que hay, pues dijera, bueno, no tengo otro remedio, ¿le animaría de alguna manera? O sea, ¿qué opina un poco de la gente que está trabajando en sitios que no disfrutan?
What do you think when you see people who are doing a job they don't like, and also because of the crisis they will say, well, there's nothing else I can do? Would you say anything to them, or would you encourage them to do something else?
I think you make your job your own. Like I could turn up to work one day and they say, right, we need you to cry, and I could say, oh, haven't I already cried enough, or something like that. And it's that thing that if you work hard and if you work hard, then you're going to make yourself proud of yourself, and that's what made me enjoy the film. The fact that I could get home every day and say, oh, I've worked my best today, and that I've delivered for the people on set. And for me, it wasn't just about the filming and stuff, it was just the feeling of getting home and knowing that I'd done my best. And I guess if you work your hardest at any job, you're always going to feel proud of yourself, and
Wow.
I guess that's what the mentality that people need to have in a time like this.
Qué guay. Se lo he entendido todo. Increíble. Yo por mí ya estoy.